All right. With that, good evening. Welcome to We'll Cast Your Eye Like Amy Topics. It's another Hammerlock. There's only one thing to talk about this week in the wrestling world. It was, of course, WrestleMania
If he's
this
big gay
weekend.
brunch.
Okay, yep. Well, with that, I'll introduce you to my very mature and level-headed co-host tonight. For the first time ever, and yes, we've mentioned him on the Hammerlock, and he does exist. Chris, welcome to the show.
I'm like the Undertaker. I turn up every once a year now, so.
And as Bobby put it, our happiest man on the show, Kenny. How's it going?
It's so great to be here, as always. Smiling inside.
And of course, it seems like I can't do a show without you anymore. Graeme, how are you getting on?
I have an absolute killer of a migraine right now. I've got a ring light right in my face, which is obviously filling me with the joys. It's probably because I haven't really slept for the last 3 or 4, however bloody long I've been watching wrestling for. And back at work today, but looking forward to it.
And to top it all off, well, we have to start somewhere, and what better than night one to help with your migraine?
You can just tell. You can just tell that TKO just took night one and said, "We'll take this one, and you can have night 2. There you go."
It was awful.
It's hard to say.
The only match they didn't fuck up.
I don't know. That's pretty much it. There's very little you can say about it that was good.
I'm going to predict that you're going to say the only match they didn't fuck up was Seth and Gunther.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Fucking mind reader.
I was watching it with my mate, and I was like, "This is match of the night. Definitely match of the night."
I kind of felt that as well because there was no that much build up between Seth and Gunther. It was just thrown together at the last minute, and that's why you kind of feel like, aye, this will be a good match to watch.
Mm-hmm. With the talent involved, you could not go wrong. But you could say that for at least one of the other matches, and they went very, very, very wrong with it.
Yeah.
So, do we start at the start of the night?
Best place to start, I would say.
So, opened with a 6-man. And at this point, what's the point of the vision? Realistically, the Usos, yes, were a great team.
Aye.
They're in the tail end of their careers. They're washed up. LA Knight he is your forever, never going to be the guy. For me.
Aye.
There's bits there he should be a megastar, but for whatever reason, he's just not.
I feel like with LA Knight, they probably would give him like a world title run, but I feel like it'd be like one of the ones where he would have it for like a night, and then he'd be that cocky, and he'd lose it again the next night. If you know what I mean, that's the kind of vibe I get off of LA Knight.
Or he'd get a gender run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets it, and whoever wins Money in the Bank cashes in.
Yeah.
Aye,
that
immediately.
Right.
Yeah. I think for me, the big thing that annoyed me with this match, I mean, that for the 10 minutes or so they were wrestling, it was all right. It was serviceable. Logan Paul is annoyingly good at what he does.
That's what I'm
really annoyingly good at what he does. But the aftermatch part, why all of a sudden was LA Knight in particular cool with speed? Why? The first bit of nonsense of the weekend.
I feel like I've kind of movie point stand view, if you know what I mean. From you see LA Knight, you see Speed just being picked on, being bullied, kind of thing, and you kind of think to yourself, "Aye, all right, then look, you give the kid a break." But at the same time, no, like you went on his podcast and you basically just beat the shit out of him, like, and you want to save his ass. What's the point in that?
Yeah,
he showed up at his house to throw him through a camera, and now it's like Logan Paul looked at him the wrong way, and he's like, Oh, I guess you're all right. I better help you. No, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the match wasn't bad. It's just when you have it when you have the Usos in the match, just make it a normal tag team match. They should have made it with the amount of time they didn't give the actual matches. They could have easily made LA Knight versus Actual Speed, made it a complete squash match. You know, a couple of minutes done, and we could have gone the Vision versus the Usos for the titles.
Or the tag titles, which were
Yeah.
an afterthought.
Yeah,
There was so many good matches I felt that could have been not just for night one, but in both nights. And we'll probably get on to it later about saying the amount of adverts
no,
that was on. I don't exactly mean there was so many good matches I felt that had just got scrapped just because TKO and ESPN were all saying, "Oh, well, we need to promote this, we need to promote that." No, you don't. You need good matches. You could have had Tiffany Stratton versus Julia for the US Women's Championship. You could have had that to open the night.
You could have went with Io Sky and Asuka, which they'd actually
Yeah.
done some build for, but
Yeah.
was put on the back burner in case Nikki Bella didn't make it, except they already had a backup plan. By the way, for regular viewers of the Hammerlock, we do try and see the positives and try and find the fun
Yeah.
parts in wrestling, and that's why we're opening with this nonsense, because we'll get to the good bits.
yeah.
Don't
Promise.
fear.
But I just want to ask you guys, do you know if there's a Hulk Hogan documentary coming out soon? Yeah, we
I
are.
had no idea.
Who
I don't
think
never
you
known.
might have missed.
No,
You might have
really?
missed on that one. You might
This
have
is
missed it
Hulk
over the
Hogan I
weekend,
keep
but there
hearing
is
about.
one coming out apparently.
Who is this balding man, who flexes all the
Yes.
time and is
Right,
Conti's
Kenny.
brother?
Kenny,
Yes.
there's a couple of
Educate
us
me
balding
on this
men on
person.
here right now.
Yeah, but
Well,
you don't flex.
this balding, very racist man. How's that? Does that narrow it down a bit?
Right, we're getting closer. Sorry, Kenny. Didn't want it out you,
That's fine.
but it's
That's
happened.
fine. I mean, I get they have to advertise it, but how about don't show the same clip about 3 or 4 times?
No.
You know,
Per night.
yeah.
Well, the reason for that is if they showed lots of different clips, they would run out of material from the documentary because there's that many ad breaks.
I don't think there's much point in watching it at this point anyway.
Yeah.
I know you'd spoken about it, Cal, as a possible thing to cover, but we've seen it. We've seen it all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Patrick
And
Stewart.
we know it's going to be a fluff piece, and we know it's a fluff piece straight
We've
away. just from
heard it
promos.
all. We've seen it all. It's like the
Balloon
Vince
is burst
documentary.
with Hogan.
Yeah, it's like with the Vince documentary. We've heard all of that over the years. They just decided let's
Well,
put
we
it
didn't
all
hear
in one place.
all of it.
Yeah.
So after the first hour of adverts, we got the second match, which was the supposedly unsanctioned match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob
With a
Fatu.
sword.
And when I'm talking about matches that should have been good, that
Mhm.
should have been excellent, in fact, you look at that on paper and you think an unsanctioned match between Drew and Jacob is going to be absolutely amazing.
It should
Nah,
have been violent.
It wasn't.
No,
It
Yeah.
should have been.
it should have been more than what it should have been.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should have had them like out into the crowds, like thumbtacks,
Yep.
more chairs, more like have Drew even used the sword and cut a rope or something. That would have made it a more.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting there going, it was just practically a DQ, a no DQ match they had.
And even
you're
that,
gonna-
it was tame.
Aye.
I didn't believe that these two guys, if you came into it blind, and to some extent we did, because one of the things I realised was missing from the whole weekend, with the exception of Night 2's main event,
Promo
was the pre-match
packages.
video packages
Yeah.
that gave you the story. One of
Yeah.
the things that everybody everywhere has acknowledged is one of WWE's biggest strengths forever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think you've got the Miz Hate Me Now package, HBK Undertaker running up that hill.
Yes.
All
Favorite
in
one
split
of all
that-
time.
Yep. And the Rock and Stone Cold My Way, which has got to be up there as well.
I
All of these
always liked
packages that told people who are
I always liked the
Crack Addict one was
Triple H
a good one. It was good.
Hogan
Yeah.
one, the younger old one.
yeah, from
Was it 18?
yeah, was it 18, 19? Sure about then.
No, I think it was 20. I can't
No,
remember.
it was WrestleMania 18, sure. I think it was WrestleMania 18. Because 19 was... Because 19 was when it was 19 was Stone Cold's last one against The Rock. Because The Rock went
Yep.
to Hollywood. So in the year
Yep.
before, it was Rock and Hogan.
And
No.
19 was Hogan Vince with the street fight where Vince peers over the edge when he's busted open.
That's right.
In fact, 19 was Crack Addict because it was that year. It was a My Way
That's
year.
right, yeah.
But for a casual fan or a returning fan such as Cal, the video packages always told you how they got there, why they're at the grandest stage of them all, and so on.
Yeah.
What the story is and why these guys hate each other. We didn't have that. What we had was Drew and Jacob sort of sneering at each other a wee bit and using really crap, threatening the toolbox shot, which was a nice touch because that's what busted Drew open against Punk.
Yeah.
But then when they followed through, it needed blood. And I'm no one who says that we need a lot of blood, we need a lot of gimmicky stuff. But an unsanctioned match needs blood.
Yeah.
That was always my kind of problem with companies such as like AEW, for example. Like as you said there, I do think the unsanctioned match did need blood, and I think it would have made more sense if it had come more from Drew than Fatu, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Because like obviously with Drew, you need that sort of menacing look, and when you see the footage for Hell in a Cell when he was with Punk, Drew looked even more terrifying, and I think that's what you need. But it's like as you said, like gimmicky, like with like AEW, like they just draw blood just for the sake of drawing blood. And you're
Yeah.
like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Aye.
He's there every week.
Yeah, Moxley in particular for a while. I've noticed he's...
Aye.
And it means more when he does now. What did you think of the entrances for the match?
That's another thing that's gone. Your grand entrances.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You feel like. Oh, sorry, Kenny. No, sorry.
I don't know. It's like
You feel like they work all year to kind of work out. This is how I would like my entrance to be at WrestleMania. This is the kind of idea I've got behind it.
Mhm.
But you just felt with Jacobs, it didn't like obviously that he was paying respect to his heritage, but you're sitting there going, it doesn't really fit the vibe we're going for here. It's unsanctioned. Like you were in the jail. Like try leaning it. Have like police cars coming out or something. Have you coming out the
Gavin
back
Dunn's
of
entrance for the other year.
Exactly.
Aye. Drew's was... I was a wee bit worried when I saw the start of Drew's, because it just reminded me of something. See when they started, when it cut to the wall and it starts with the fireworks round the entrance, but I was like, he's not going to Shockmaster this, is he?
I was kind of
That
hoping
was...
with Drew. I was kind of hoping with Drew they would lean into him doing like Highlander. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you know, they had don't get me wrong, like his attire for WrestleMania. That was brilliant. But at the same time though, but you kind of sit there going, you look as if like you're away and it's just cut a piece of cardboard, a cardboard door out and fucking kicked it in. You're like get an actual, get a castle wall. That'd be cool. You got the money. It's Vegas.
Speaking of entrances, with the women's tag match next, with the shock return that nobody had seen online whatsoever at all before
for the
it.
past month leading up to this.
And
in fact,
was a nice...
we were even talking about her comeback at Rumble, weren't we? Because it was so apparent then.
Yeah, we were expecting her then. And sure, it was a nice feel-good moment for her and everything. But What's the reason Paige is tagging with the Bellas again?
Old friend.
Anyone? Was it
Total
'cause they were
Divas
on the...
reunion, maybe.
Aye, that's about it.
Like I feel like the three of them all being together. It's like them saying, "Oh, we're going to revive the show. We're going to let make it new." Like, no, don't fucking do that, please.
To me, didn't like if they were having Paige return, it would make sense to keep it for a different match. Given the
next match?
history, yeah, given the history between Paige and one of the contenders in that match, it would have made sense to keep
I
it
would go as
for.
far as saying both of the contenders.
Yeah, but yeah, like it was. Yeah, it was great. It was great hearing the music. She comes out, but other than that,
I actually
you
think
know,
the women's match was probably one of the best paced of the night, if you know what I mean. It was like
Yep.
everybody was bang on with their spots and their cues. And when you look at Paige, you feel as if like you can tell that she's not missed a step. Like obviously there was a bit of a warm up to get her back in, and you can hear the crowd all going, look, we want Paige, and the build up I think worked because having Brie Bella and it kind of cooled them down a wee bit. Then again, if they needed cooling down to fucking begin with, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, finally get her in. And there you go, the crowd's all hyped now, and you kind of feel though, especially because like for her time in AEW, she wasn't. I feel she was underutilized in AEW.
Yeah.
Granted, she had a title run, but that was only about 3 months, and it was
Yeah.
just a feel. It was just a feel good moment because it was at Wembley.
And I think with her AEW work, she had lost a step or two at that point. There was
Yeah,
something
'cause
about
she
it
had-
that just didn't click.
Well, she had just come off injury. Like she was. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
so I think
That's right, because she only just
Yeah.
got cleared, I think, by that time.
Yeah.
Aye.
for
But
me,
she looked so much better in the ring.
for me, I just wish there was more, because after she got in the ring, I didn't feel there was much time. You know, it just for me it went by
Yeah.
really quickly from when she went in the ring, from when she got in the ring, and then she got the pin. Like, you know, because yeah, you got
Just building,
yeah, because
just building on what you were saying there. Like you feel as if, all right, okay, I'll try my old moves and then get people just to get to remember what I can do again. And then you think, but surely though, in your time away, you must have learned what else you can do, what new stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's great having her back, and I feel like you can see the rivalries coming right off her, like going like that. You hear people saying, "Oh, I would love to see her go up against Becky Lynch, how she is now, going up against Charlotte, how she is now, going up against Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's the top card for everybody to know. They're all
Yep.
sitting, and I'll be sitting there going, I would pay good money to see Paige versus Rhea Ripley.
Yep. And if they'd handle it right in about a year, 2 years' time, Tatum Paxley.
Oh,
NXT.
that's money.
But let's have a goth off. I want to give a wee shout out to my mate McShane, who did give me a good laugh when it was during Nia and Lash's entrance, where he just posted "Femolition." Oh, that's awesome. Well done, McShane. He was on fire.
That's a hashtag ready to go right there.
Yep. So the next match was the women's IC,
Yes.
which had AJ Lee versus Becky. Wonder Years played Becky to the ring. They didn't quite hit her cue, but ultimately I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the match. And I'm hoping to God it isn't. I'm hoping with AJ Lee it's not a farewell for her, because that kind of that standard she gave, that was like farewell match standard, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I hope it isn't, because she's only just back, and I feel like she's just breaking through of what she used to do. If you know what I mean.
It's like that was the first match where it looked like she'd shaken off the ring rust, actually. And at that point, it was easily my match of the night for a wee while. I mean, it was a very low bar. But the two of them, they just work.
Yeah.
I don't think Becky gets enough credit for what she's doing, and I'm surprised it took people as long to cotton on to what the character she's doing is.
Yeah. Yeah, the match was good. I enjoyed it. And like the story with Becky and Jessica Carr, you know, that's always good. You know, and yeah. Again, just wish there was more. And that's the story with a lot of these matches.
Because I'm pretty sure I said that during the match on night one. I was saying I would love to see like Jessica Carr just lose it with Becky, like basically doing no an Earl Hebner push, but I would love to see her just getting right in her face, just jabbing her, going, "Who the fuck you like you are? I'm the referee. You don't need." Do you know what? Bang! Just push her, and there's AJ, and then that would set up beautifully for Becky to go. Okay, then you think you can do what I do? I would love to see you try, and then there's a big match for Backlash set up right there.
It would also have, if Becky had lost the match because of that, then she would have got months out of, just in terms of the crooked referees and so on.
Yeah.
And you would hear more of "I'm the greatest wrestler. I'm the only one that says it. Sports Illustrated says it."
Bleacher Report says it as well.
And I would for Jessica Carr just to go, like, just have a Cody moment and go, "Fuck Sports Illustrated."
Is Gunther like a safety net that you always get good out? There's always a good match when he's there.
But it's sad to say we don't write.
If it's a bad night, at least if Gunther's there, you know something's good's going to happen.
We just suffer
that
them.
kind of guy. Yeah, you always know he's going to give a good level no matter what.
I'd be sitting there watching Raw with my notepad going, I can write better shite than this.
And that's why we are sitting yapping about it instead of doing it.
Yeah. I can totally do that.
At the moment,
I don't have time.
Of course. Next up, we had Seth versus Gunther, which we've already anointed as the best match of the night.
Yeah.
I was taking some notes as it was going, and I wrote, just started, and already it's more violent than Fatu versus Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And that was within the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Both of those guys are.
Yeah.
Both of them are, definitely. I kind of feel it with Seth as well, because like when you think back like WrestleMania 38, you know, like the whole time that he was trying to get a match and going like I need something to do, I need something to do at WrestleMania. Like he was trying to muscle in on Edge's match, trying to muscle in with Kevin Owens. You sit there going like that. You didn't know he's going to be at WrestleMania. Like, yeah, somebody will, but little did we know it was going to be Cody. And you sit and you kind of think to yourself, you must be doing something right in the company for them to go, right, listen, we're bringing this guy back, but you'd be all right working with him, even though you have no idea how he's going to be this time round. And you kind of feel it with Gunther.
Yeah, it's just that group of reliable guys. I think on the lower card, you've got Gable and Kaiser, who are of a similar level. They seem to be the ones that people work with first.
That's something I was talking to my mate. Why the hell weren't they on? Why?
Adverts.
I think that's the thing that really pissed me off.
That would have been a good opener, I think, as well. It would have been a good comedy match, I feel.
Yeah.
But
as you see, there's a viewer question there, and
who would win that match, though?
Yeah.
But which one, though? But there's the original El Grande Americano and the El Grande. Who would lose their mask?
El Grande
Gable would
Americano.
lose his mask. I
Who?
think
It would be Gable.
Who's that?
El Grande
Gable's
Americano.
he's original El Grande Americano.
Never knew that.
I think
Oh,
the
were
thing
you-
about that.
I was watching
On
Raw
you go,
last
Ken.
night, and when El Grande and Ryo
We'll
and
get to
Bravo
that.
come out, I'm just like, when does this become racist?
When Hulk
Just
Hogan's involved. Not unless you're actually Danhausen, and if you were, you would have requested for $20 human dollars. So we're on to you. And for that,
Speaking of Danhausen,
speaking of Danhausen,
we'll get to night 2. We'll get to that, I promise. But what I'm saying is, can we circle back to the first match? I think it would have been funny if, like, for example, like at the end of the first match, you know, like Logan Paul tells Speed to let you get a table or something, or that they'll put LA Knight through it, pull the table out, who's attached to it? Danhausen, just like, I think that would have been funny.
because he cursed Speed in the first instance. That's what caused that was
Imagine him
effectively the.
Imagine him cursing Logan Paul. That'd be brilliant.
It would be brilliant. It was a big issue for me when night 1 that there was no Danhausen.
Because I feel like it would have built up to the promo he
Hulk
had with
Hogan
Cena
documentary
a
promo.
lot better. You know, if I'm searching around, going to go, I can't see him. Oh wait, that's the point. I'm not meant to see him.
Yeah, it would almost be like the Leslie Nielsen search for the Undertaker.
This is the shortest match of the night, wasn't it?
Going back in time there for some of the
This
kids
was
out there.
Is this the one I remember?
But yeah,
I remember she walked in with all the
seen it
school
before,
kids.
and I would love to see Danhausen and R-Truth.
Yeah, all right.
promo
I'm getting mixed up.
It'd be
all kind of
complete
blurred
and
into
utter
one after a while.
nonsense to everybody in the locker rooms, but to us, it's pure comedy gold. You're like, fucking, this is brilliant.
As I said, I would love to see Regal and Danhausen interact, where Danhausen's basically the new Tajiri.
Yeah.
That would work.
I want make it tea.
Oh.
I think we're putting off the rest of this show here.
Aye, sorry, that was my fault. Tangent there.
That's fine.
I mean, we're coming up to the end of one. We're nearly done with that
We
one.
are.
So
there's about another 20 minutes of wrestling to talk about, which I think was about another 3 hours of viewing time between the adverts and the electronic lo-fi music that will haunt your dreams.
30 minutes of entrance as
Stephanie
well.
Vaquer and Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Yes. When I asked at the time, I think so, yeah. It was only about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But to be fair, no, that was AJ.
No, that was AJ.
Speaking of which, did you see the kid that ran across the
That just kind of sums up what I think all you guys, what all our brains were doing on Saturday night.
Stephanie,
all this.
they have changed her music for
quite emblematic
the
of that.
time.
Yes.
It's not very good. And Liv has a song, and
yes,
I don't know about anyone else. It's been stuck in my head since. It's not a good song. Objectively, it is bad. It's no Kit Wilson.
No.
But
the entrance was.
But it's been stuck in my head.
That entrance
I feel like
was
with Liv Morgan, it was like I feel like now she's in her Britney Spears phase, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of feel it, right? Okay, right, that's great. You know, you're getting opportunities today to do music videos. You're getting opportunities to do this and do that. But what about it? Like, it's WrestleMania.
Well, first of all, Britney was 30 years ago, gents. So, but also, having recovered from that trauma, if it opens, did you spot a bit of her entrance looking like something else? I wonder if this one hasn't rendered properly. It's not.
I'll be honest. I saw, like, I think it was just after the entrance started. I was just like, no, I'm not watching this. I just couldn't.
I'm going to quickly try and render this.
I just could not watch that entrance.
It was
Why?
when I was watching Liv's entrance, I'm sitting there trying to stay away from it. And the thing that made me laugh was my wife sitting next to me and says, "She's out of sync."
Uh-huh. Horrendously out of sync.
Yeah. Yes. I had her. Yeah.
I was like, fuck, so she was. And it was the same with Wonder Years as well. It was the same with them.
Yeah.
They were out of sync.
Nah, it's not going to run. However, is she got a Dalton Castle entrance the rest of the time, do you think? Because as soon as the guy knelt down in front of the ring for her to stand on and they lifted her up, I was like, is she got the boys? Sorry, Cal, you won't know what this is, and I was hoping to have a video to show you, but it's not for working just now. We'll get it to Robin so it can be put in post. The match itself was pretty short.
Yeah.
Aye. Do you feel
I-
like you first?
carry on.
First.
No.
I felt with Stephanie and Liv, they had so many good spots, but they had to cram it so much just to make it try and see if it was fluid, as well as try and make it watchable. But at the same time, you're sitting there going, you do know you've got more time than you think.
Yeah.
But
It's not a throwaway TV match where you've got oh no, wait, it's all about the advert breaks. Nah, for me, it was, if it had been a 15-minute match, it would have been very, very good. But because it was half of that, what they did felt rushed. Even Stephanie fighting off the Judgment Day and ultimately succumbing to them. You know, she managed a couple of times repelling them and then falling victim to it. You'd be like, fair enough, but it was just a wee bit too quick.
no,
It's like the Drew Fatu match. It's like the Drew Fatu match. The build to it was, was completely different than the actual match. The match should have been violent. That should have been them two just tearing each other apart.
Yeah.
But there was none of that.
I wonder if the head injury
Mm.
played a part in it.
I was going to say that as well about the head injury because I remember watching the video package and you can still hear the clunk after Liv's Van Roxanne's heads. You're like,
Yeah.
it gives you the fear, but you've got to think, is Liv
Would they have
concussed?
would they let her out there? Yeah. It's
You can still see the bruise.
One of the things I found very distracting with it was that Liv's spray tan, she had a wee malfunction and she had a white ring round her belly button. And being an older man who remembers kids' TV when I was a kid, all I could think was, are the fucking Mysterons trying to possess her? Seriously, we're just waiting for the over of, we know you can hear us. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
Actually,
Sorry,
I can
I've got
see them
more.
doing a story like that with Danhausen and the Mysterons.
Yep.
He has his own little team of guys in like red, blue, white, green. That would be great.
Housing Rangers, that's what he's got. I can actually see that as a segment. You heard of the Power Rangers? We'll meet the Housing Rangers.
Powerhousens.
Yes, even better.
We have our own blimp.
And it's just the Snickers ones you just wear look crossed out and felt tip pen.
I'm not going to lie, I would probably sit and watch a 2-hour Danhausen show.
Yeah.
At this point, despite his moaning about the entertainment stuff around the wrestling for most of this event, it's the entertainment stuff that keeps me interested. You can watch good wrestling anytime.
It's like you
It's the
said,
nonsense that makes it fun.
just trying to find the good,
Yeah. And speaking of good, congratulations to the happy couple of Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. Although why Montez wasn't brought out to celebrate with his family was beyond me.
They didn't.
Was it so they could have it as a surprise return?
Probably.
Oh,
Probably. Because you're sitting there thinking, because like you would it's like you sit and it's a shame that Bianca's been out of commission since last year's WrestleMania, because was it a broken finger, or was it a trapped finger? I can't remember, but
some strange finger injury that she
Hmm.
ended up nearly losing her finger.
that's right. And you're sitting there going, okay, it was great to coming back for like Evolution to be the special guest referee, to do that do that match, and you're kind of sitting there going, it doesn't feel right having WrestleMania without Bianca, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because of all the great moments she's given, you know what I mean. Like you kind of feel something was a bit lacking, but then again, there's a lot of great matches we could have had this year, but just sadly, everybody all got injured.
Have we put it off long enough? Do we need to talk about the main event?
I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Well,
We'll just
30
acknowledge
minutes.
Shiva, who's
One good
commented on
point.
the OTC there.
One good point I will say about the match to start us off: Cody's entrance.
Yes.
I will say it point blank. I am a huge Batman fan, and seeing Cody embraced the kind of Batman persona of, like, you know, like he had like his very first like trunks
Yep.
and tights, and then you saw the dashing, the undashing, and then the mustache, and then you see him. I was surprised that Stardust would appeared.
Yeah.
So was I.
I would have thought they would have shown Stardust, and then the case would have been set on fire. I would have thought, like,
Mm-hmm.
or worse, like I kind of had like Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, like when the Robin suit was completely just trashed. I would have loved to have seen that with Stardust, with the Stardust suit. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously you have the American Nightmare. Like, this is the pinnacle of who he is now. I enjoyed that because it felt very. It did feel very like
I was
Batman
quite
animated
switching
series,
off.
but then again, like,
And
because we kind of had that last year.
I
So we
am.
had that
There's
with
nothing
Tiffany
there.
Stratton when she had the
Yeah.
Barbie one,
Of course.
Yes, I see it now.
And-
yes.
and I
Yep,
felt like it was a
now I
nice
get
play
you.
off of that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it just shows the growth and it shows the
Magnificent, yes.
evolution that
I
Cody's
think
went
my
through.
attention was definitely drifted at this
I'm-
point of the night.
Considering the amount of
But I
ads
had
they
properly
had,
drifted.
I'm surprised there wasn't something to do with Street Fighter.
Yeah,
know.
there were
Yes.
more adverts for Mortal Kombat, and
Yeah.
one of the things that I meant to mention was that Seth was dressed as Noob Saibot when he came out with the smoking jacket and the black mask on, which fits with his whole Shadow Ninja stuff he's been doing. Of course, Cole, the line he had was that he referenced Game of Thrones, which finished how many years ago?
Oh,
Yeah. And there was the Game of Thrones stuff that Seth had a few years ago.
Yeah, he did
That's
the
right,
White
he had-
Walker entrance.
that's right.
Night King.
So yeah, I was surprised there was nothing
Cody's
to do with Guile.
entrance, yeah. Whereas instead he gave us another idea for one of the cult film reviews, Cal, if you were watching. Look at the top. Is it not showing?
I could see it. And all
I
this
can see it.
golden glory.
He came out as Frank Langella's Skeletor.
Yeah.
I mean, I admitted that I fell asleep by the time Pat had been wheeled out.
Not surprised.
There was
I was
something
done.
about Pat being wheeled out. I felt like, where have I seen this before?
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Every
It was
Attitude
definitely
Era main event.
it was our
And what's going to
WrestleMania.
happen?
And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I've seen this. It's WrestleMania 22 all over again. It was basically, he thought, oh, wait a minute, I'm no longer Pat McAfee. I am Pat McMahon. Oh, you
Yep.
fucking know.
Speaking of Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll, how big a deal do these guys think? How big a deal does WWE or TKO think these guys actually are?
apparently they think they're mega stars. Like, I think they think they're on the level of like the biggest stars in WWE. Putting them in
See, I'm
WrestleMania main event.
I'm thinking internationally, what level of fame do they think they've got outside of America? Because I was thinking about it, and if it was set in Scotland, let's say it was Bobby that was running this, Bobby Roberts, Respect Pro Wrestling, then it would be like him having his two main event guys cornered by, let's think about it, Jerry Cinnamon and Andy Halliday, a former footballer that's now got a podcast. And that's what he's now famous for.
I think Jelly Roll would be more famous internationally because he's a musician and he travels. Pat McAfee, if you ask anyone who's not into the NFL, they probably would be like, I have no idea who that is.
And even then, he was a punter. Wasn't even a real position. Shout out to special teams. Don't care.
I feel like with Jelly Roll, right? Like I can see, because like he was, I don't want to say he was like influential with the build up, but you can see that I feel like from Randy's standpoint, it's like you're listening to the angel on your shoulder, you're listening to the devil. But then again, Randy Orton's he is the devil, but you kind of feel with Jelly Roll, it's like I know what it's like listening to the voices. You've got to kind of like don't go down that road. Don't be that man again. Whereas Pat McAfee's going, fuck it, do what you want to do. But when you see Jelly Roll with Cody and you hear him going, gear him the fight they want to see, and you kind of think, okay, it's nice to see that he's no wanting to take away any more time for the match. He just wants to watch it, but he had to get his lick in with McAfee.
Yeah,
but
I think by the time the match started, I was just kind of,
Yeah. Again, and I've said this 2 times before, the build-up to this match should have made the match more violent. And it was a SmackDown main event on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The match was boring for, 95% of the match was boring. It was slow. It was standard. And then explain to me why McAfee done a slow count when he's supposed to be screwing over.
Well, he's too used to using his feet, used to using his horns, to go 1, 2, 3. So
it's WCW 97 all over again.
Yeah.
Nick Patrick should have done a fast count back then. He didn't. Why then? Is that why Randy RKO'd him? Because he didn't do a fast count?
I feel like it might have been. I feel that might have been the reason that because it's like you kind of feel like Randy saying, "I brought you in to give me my 15th world title." You get taken out by Jelly Roll. You came back. You came back out. Finally, you came back out when I needed you. Like, where the hell were you? And then you practically screw me over with this.
Could you do that bit right?
So it was like Randy just went, "Oh, you know what? I've had enough of you. Just bang out the game.
Out you go."
And I'm going to say something a bit controversial with Randy's heel turn. They were 2 years too late with it. I feel, you see, when they brought Randy back at War Games in Chicago when Punk came back.
Yep.
I feel they should have done a turn then. Like, he helped, like for example, like he gave Cody the win. And then I feel while celebrating with everybody, he should have just dropped Cody, right? But then again, that would have took away WrestleMania 40.
As I've been dipping into the back catalog, I'm always referencing 9.
But I feel like if
Nine's
he had dropped Jey Uso,
shit in a
different
funny
story.
way and like fascinating.
Like we could have had
This
that
was
match
just-
instead of him versus
It
Jimmy.
was mind-numbingly
Yeah.
just
But like,
boring.
I feel
and
like though Randy's
insipid, I
heel
think, is the
turn
word for
was just
night
too
one. I
late.
think
I
that's the
feel
best way to describe it.
like
When you
It didn't even feel like a big
Considering
event
what he's been
when I
like
was
the last
watching
couple
it.
of years, there's
Because
no
I remember
way
you in the chat
he was going to
like
get
in the
booed.
hour before and saying, "Oh, I know the
Aye.
build-up's not
because
been
he's
great,
too,
but I
he's
am
too
now
over with the
I'm in
fans.
my WrestleMania
People love the
anticipation."
Legend
And
Killer.
I think within half
People
an hour, I
love,
think you were
you know,
deflated, weren't
they
you?
love him when he goes heel. So there's absolutely no way they're going to boo him. You know?
yeah, and you could have went down the route of the Mick Foley heel turn. Oh, I came back. I gave you guys the win in War Games. I gave the crowd what they wanted, and what did I hear? They didn't chant for me. They were chanting for CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you've got multiple programs lined up there. I'm a big fan of that turn anyway. I would use it for quite a few things. So
Not me though. I tapped out
Aye.
after night one. I was just,
so
plus I was
night
just
one
fucking
ended
exhausted
with
the next day.
Cody holding the belt up, and then Randy attacks, and
Yeah.
we get a punt for the first time in years.
I kind of found that finish underwhelming a wee bit because when you see Randy coming up behind Cody, snatching the belt. Now, hands down, I'm going to say I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan.
Mhm.
I'm not going to lie, but I've always been a. But when I saw Randy just snatch the belt for Cody, it was like watching a petulant wee Wayne just going, "No, mine,"
Mhm.
and then just smashing him with it, and you kind of think you could have just took it off him. You know, you could have placated it. You could have just pretended to give him a handshake, booting the balls, and then punt him. That's more legend killer, or that's more like the voices talking to you rather than just being salty about it.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not a writer. Like you know, they did, but I do feel like it was out of character for
Mhm.
the voices of Randy just to go, just grab it and just smash him with it.
Aye, there should have been a bit more of that kind of, all right, you won. And then just make it the Cody Rhodes trope that every time one of his pals gives him a cuddle, he gets a kick in the stones.
Aye.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts on night one, gents? And I think we've lost Cal.
I'll finish this last wee thing with the punt.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is, finally Randy got booed, but he got booed for the wrong reason. He got booed for checking Cody's eye was still in its fucking socket. And you hear somebody shouting one more time. It was like, mate, if he does it one more time, his eye will be out of his fucking socket. But I remember saying to my wife that I was trying to explain what had happened to you because she saw the photo on my phone. She was like, "What happened to Cody?" She says, "Oh, he get punted, but his eyes swollen shut." She says, and I kind of joked and all. She's like, "It looks like something out of the Goonies, you know, that with his eyes swollen shut like that." But like, I feel bad because, as I said, I'm a fan, but like, and just when you saw the kind of like, like the massaging his eye, trying to get it back open again, you're like, no, thanks.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like, no, leave
It's like
leave the Jason face alone, please.
it's like every time I see the Stan Hansen Vader match,
Yep.
and Vader's eye pops out, and he's like this, trying to get it back in.
No,
I'm just like, nah,
No.
no.
no, not today, Satan, not today.
Yeah,
Oh.
the end of the match was a bit anticlimactic, and I'm hoping we don't get Randy versus Cody anytime soon.
I
'Cause
don't think so because
It didn't work, to be honest.
If you saw Raw, it looks like they're pivoting another way. So that was night one, which for me was definitely my bottom 5 WrestleManias of all time.
Yeah.
It was, in a word, pish.
I feel like I would have WrestleMania. I feel I would have that WrestleMania on just for background noise, and as a kind of video to say how not to book your WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
because you do feel like it was TKO basically going, right, okay, you feel like they must have put names into a bowl or something. The Rock just stood there going, right, this one, this one, this one, and then just saying, we'll just make them all shite. Like you had potentially good matches and they were just in the wrong order.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Nah.
Very much so. It just didn't do it for me. And I can't put it any better than has already been put. Whatever TKO were doing, it made no sense. There were so many logic gaps in it that even for the suspension of disbelief, you're like, nah, this is nonsense.
Aye.
But like the optimistic masochists we are, we queued up for night 2 to watch it.
We did.
Uh-huh.
And I was putting a brave face on it in the chat when I was saying, right, it's going to be better. This time it's going to be better.
Aye. I was the same.
And by Christ was my optimism rewarded. Night 2 was everything that I wanted from a WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apart from video packages and less adverts.
Adverts.
But if adverts are your thing, this was the Mania for you. But Night 2 started and straight away we had...
Oba versus Brock.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was a sub 5 minute match. People said Brock can't go more than 5 minutes, and 4 minutes 44 seconds in, did what he needed to do and out. And Jesus Christ, that is how you put someone over.
I was saying it for all the time for Oba being in NXT. I was sitting there thinking myself, I was kind of worried with him when he gets to the main roster, like because you've seen all these big guys, like all this massive hype behind them, and then they get to the main roster and they fizzle out.
Mm-hmm.
I was graciously thankful because you're sitting there going, surely Brock can't do another 5 years. He can't. He physically can't. And then they bring in Oba, and they're saying, this is our new like Titan to topple. Like you had the Beast, you had Brock Lesnar, and I'm glad that they didn't say this is the new Brock Lesnar. Like, this is the new guy who's going to be coming in dominating. You don't want him to be the next Brock Lesnar. You want him to be who he's always been, and that was the ruler.
Yeah.
And Oba Femi just, and I will say, I appreciate for Oba like the respect he paid to Brock at the end. I don't know if anybody caught it. It was just the tip of the hat. Just when he walked out, and I'm sitting there going, that is class. This man is only 27 years old, and he is so respectful.
Yeah. It was, the whole, all of it was just brilliant. See from that first lockup where there wasn't the whole push each other into the corner thing. They literally couldn't move each other.
Yeah.
Straight away it's saying, these guys are equals.
Aye. I was sitting there thinking myself, because when you look at the stature, the stature of Oba, and then you look at Brock. Obviously, like Brock's very top heavy, and you look at his legs, but the strength behind him, but like the fact that it was just a stalemate. And I've got to say, Oba paced that really, really well, and you didn't. I wouldn't expect that for a guy who's only 27. It's his first WrestleMania, and he's going in like a pro.
Mm-hmm.
You're like how this is it's just amazing to watch.
It was exactly what it needed to be. It was exactly the amount of time it needed to be.
Yep.
With a match like this, with guys like Oba and Brock, you needed to be short, shocking, and and that's what it was. Because if you look at the Brock Goldberg match,
Have to.
Goldberg comes back, he spears, he just instantly spears Brock, picks him up, jackhammers him, and beats him.
That's right.
That's shocking. That's what this match needed to be, and it was perfect. Oba looked amazing. Yeah. After he got F5'd, he pretty much got up after like a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was perfect.
The one thing I was so grateful for the Oba and Brock match, it wasn't just a repeat of finishers after finisher after finisher,
Finisher, yeah.
which a lot of guys need to do with Brock. Like you saw that with Seth, you saw it with Drew, and you see it with Roman. But then again, you feel it with those kind of guys, they need to do it. You know what I mean? Like, they go like, "This is the only way I'm going to kill this guy." Whereas with Oba just went in and thought, "I'm just going to go. I'm just going to play mind games with him."
Yep.
And he
There was something. See, at the point where Oba popped up from the F5, I thought was, holy shit, they're going for a King's Road story here. They're going for that classic All Japan. I've taken everything you've thrown at me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is this going to go about? And no, they went straight into that finish sequence, fall from grace, and it only took one.
Yeah.
And if that can put Brock down, and I think one of the nicest touches, and I've always said about Brock, see when he's in the mood, his selling is among the best in the game.
Yes.
By far.
I'm saying that to my mate. Brock knows when to do business. Brock knows when to put someone over. You know, if he knows it's the right thing to do, he'll do it. You know, and he done the right thing.
Molson.
I feel like as well though with Brock, he's, as you were saying there, Kenny, like he knows when to do business, he knows when to put somebody over. I felt like when he was under the control of Vince was the one saying, "No, you've got to be the guy on top. Like every time he was out with guys like with Roman back when it was like Samoa Joe or or Braun Strowman, Kane, Cena, all his top guys, but they're losing to a guy who was awarded so much to be a part-time or to be a part-time champion.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see Lesnar come back under the guidance of Triple H, and honest to God, I felt Brock was he was in the highlight of his career, especially when he was doing Cowboy Lesnar. I'm sitting there going,
I love that.
This is when I loved it as well. It was like, like Lesnar's, like he's a lot more relaxed now. Like he's no longer going, okay, but I can speak to the fans now. I can have a laugh with the fans now.
Can have a personality.
Yeah. Like I don't, and I've got to say the best one I had ever watched with Cowboy Lesnar was the Last Man Standing match at SummerSlam with him and Roman. Just the chuck of the microphone, the catch, and the two of them just like you sit there going, these two know each other so well. It's frightening. But when you see him now, with Oba, you go, "Aye, kid, you're the next one. You're the one that's going to carry on for me."
Yeah. What do you think? Was it total surprise for everyone?
Yeah.
When he started taking the gloves off? And I mean everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you look at Brock and you see him crying like that. You can celebrate, and then you have Paul Heyman, his reaction to it.
Yeah.
And there's no way Paul knew about it.
The moment that convinced me that Heyman didn't know about it was when Heyman gets in the ring and Brock starts throwing up the X at him.
Yeah.
It was there. It wasn't.
And that was to let everybody know. No, this is real shit happening now.
Yeah. But they stayed with it. Commentary's reaction was spot on as well. And despite all the crap that he got early in his career, and despite all the ad reads he has to do, I've got to give credit to Michael Cole in general.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a coal miner for many a year, heading back to when it was him and Taz on SmackDown, and it just sounded so much fresher than Lawler and JR on Raw.
Yeah.
And I think he does an amazing job at telling the story, but also getting across the corporate shite he's got to do.
There's been so many calls for Michael Cole that I have loved so much that have stuck to me to this day. Like, for example, there was like when he was doing the end of an era, Miracle on Bourbon Street.
Miracle on Bourbon Street.
One of my top ones ever, but the favourite one I love so much. It was like, this is why we love the sport, professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And finished the story. Like, that was
Heist of the Century. Take that as well.
Yes, add that as well. But it's like, especially it's back again now with Michael Cole, no having Vince screaming in his ear, going, "You need to see this, you need to see it." He's like, no, just shut up and let me call the match here, so that I can say what, and it will come to me.
Yeah, I think one of the things as well that you notice with it is since Vince went, he's so much more animated to the point they've got the camera at the desk now, the permanent one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's standing up, he's bouncing all over the place when he's calling matches. And we'll need to give a wee bit of credit to Pat for that, because Pat McAfee, I think, did rejuvenate his commentary.
Yeah. You feel like no having Vince or anybody screaming in his ear, like it's kind of rejuvenated his love for the sport a wee bit. You know, the fact that he was like he's got the love and the passion to be a fan again, rather than sitting there going, well, I've got to be an employee, I've got to be stone faced, I've got to watch and I've got to analyse. Whereas now he can actually go, oh, look at this. This is what we live for in our business.
100%. Shall we move on to the Intercontinental title match?
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Take it away, Kenny.
The second I saw the competitors, I knew it was going to be spot heavy. I knew there was a couple in there that were going to do some amazing stuff. And I knew we were going to get somebody put head first through a ladder. Didn't quite get that, but you know. I mean, you got Penta, Javon, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, Rusev, JD McDonough. You know,
and Penta.
Yeah, I think I said Penta, didn't I? I don't know.
I think you did.
Well, I mean, I do apologise.
My mate was asking why is Rusev in there? I was like, the power spots. You know, I'm like,
you need somebody for people to bounce off of.
Yeah, I went into this match being like, this is going to be one of my matches of the night, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I was really, really happy with it. It's pretty much, I've
got to say though, Ray's retro entrance aspects it was good to see again. Like, you know, like you saw like his old video where it was like every single mask that he's got. You see that one again. And then I felt like we were transported back to 2004 when you see him just spring out of the floor. You're like you know, brought the music back as well. You know,
I know.
Who's that jump in the sky? Like
yes.
And then you see him, and it's Ray Pool. I was like, oh my god, it's Ray Pool.
It took me a few seconds to figure that one out. I was like, who's he dressed up as? And then I saw the jacket, and I was like, oh yeah.
But that was the thing, but it was the jacket that threw me at first. I'm sitting there going, is he doing Devil May Cry because of the jacket? But then when I saw the outfit and I saw the buckle, it was the buckle that was like, oh my god, he's Ray Pool. Devil May Pool. That's what he is now.
If I had to be nitpicky about it, then my only complaint is that 3 of the competitors get the jobber entrance on WrestleMania. It annoyed me.
That annoyed me as well, because there was videos on social media that showed that Dragon Lee actually had like animatronic like dragon wings at his back, and I'm sitting there going, "That's awesome! That's WrestleMania type stuff you want to see."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Why did we not see that?" Like, you feel like that's a waste of money and a waste of waste of like spectacle for him. Do you know what I mean? So
one of the things I thought refreshing about the match was for the majority of it, they weren't climbing ladders like wrestlers. They were actually climbing a ladder quickly.
Yeah. The usual.
it was like you saw them just climb up and actually get to business to rip the title apart, and yet. And when you saw it with Rusev, I was like, "Holy shit! Like Rusev's going to get it this year!" Like, because it reminds me of when they had it in Matt Cardona back when he was that right. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be in it, and you're sitting there going like, "Oh my god!" Like Rusev's getting up there quite quick. Like, where's anybody else? Is anybody going to stop him? And you just see him starting to rip at it. You're like, "Oh shit!" Like it's going to be another one like that.
And it would have been fitting because WrestleMania happened on Rusev Day.
Yes, and then he got killed on Rusev Day, I know.
Which, that was sad, but...
I was watching that, and I was like, I really want Aiden English to come back.
Well, he's with WWE and TNA, they've got a merger now, he could come back.
Yeah. I mean, it would be perfect to have Rusev and Aiden English come back, and Aiden singing the glory of Rusev Day.
Any of the rest you have an irrational hatred of the 619? Is it just...
Yes and no. Like, as a kid, you watch 619 and you think, oh, that's awesome, somebody can actually do that. But then when you watch it as an adult, you're going, it's very easily dodged.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Speaking of things very easily dodged, you see the big spot, the OG cutter to Rusev. Rusev was on the ladder. He was climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
Why did he feel the need to either A, stick his head out far enough for Javon to grab it, or B, actively jump off the ladder so that Javon could drop him? Because quite frankly, I would have loved to have seen Samoa Joe in that spot doing the Joe thing of, nope, and then just climbed the ladder and grabbed it.
Rusev wanted to help Javon have his WrestleMania moment. So that's the veteran helping the young guy.
That sounds about right. No, but it's just you saying that, Graeme, there about like I could just picture it now, just Javon going, Joe, nope.
Yeah.
Just see him going, you son of a bitch, boom. It reminds me of the spot they had with Joe and Christopher Daniels where it was like nope, just like you motherfucker.
And the best of it was Joe started doing it every time he fought Daniels.
That's right. Did he do one against MJF? I'm trying to remember if he did one against MJF.
Probably. I think MJF is one of those that we work perfectly with.
Yeah. I can imagine just hearing MJF just shouting at the top of his lungs, "You piece of shit!" before hitting the deck.
One of the things I noted for this match was that it was already way more violent than the unsanctioned match.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to be two guys who hated each. Trust me, I come back to this point repeatedly throughout night 2. But for half a dozen guys that were thrown together in a match over a belt, they seem to hate each other a whole lot more than those two guys who were making it their mission to end each other.
And 3/4 of the field were our best friends. You're like, because like you said, there was a lot of guys saying, and I'm a firm believer of this. I would love to see Ray versus Penta.
Yes.
Or potentially a stable with like Ray, Penta. Even though he's got the LWO, I don't know. I just think Ray and the Lucha Brothers would just be it'd be amazing, I think.
And then, I'm desperate to see Penta go back to the Lucha Underground version see with the WWE presentation, but just the arm snapping, sadist. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I have a
Even
I have
could
a
they bring in
question.
Vampiro for a wee stint as his manager?
Yeah.
I
I
have a
kind of feel
question, but-
bad, but sorry, Kenny, you carry on your question.
Penta. Are they trying to keep him and Ray Phoenix separated? Like, are they actively trying? Because
Sort of.
I think we are, but AAA, they want them together.
Because he wasn't in the Rumble. Was Ray Phoenix in the Rumble? I can't remember.
Yes, briefly. Very briefly.
That would be in the perfect time to have them in a WWE ring together at the same time.
Yeah,
And like,
I can
this
see
would
that.
be another perfect time to have them in the ring together. You know.
Yeah. I think there's something about Phoenix. I don't know if it's just because he's on SmackDown, but it just hasn't quite connected the same.
I think with Phoenix, and don't get me wrong, like he's amazing the stuff he can do in the ring. It's like all the times we've seen Phoenix, regardless whether it's been AAA or Lucha or even AEW, he was always with Penta.
Yeah.
Like, and now that he's on his own, he's trying to get that click of going, all right, okay, I've not got him, maybe I'll get this guy to work halfway. This could work. This can't work. And then it's like you think he thinks too much of what could go rather than just going out and going all balls out, which I think.
Yeah.
And then when you hear it in AAA, they want Penta and Ray to it would be the Lucha Brothers for like the next big pay per view or something for like AAA, and so it's like for like Triple Mania or something.
Triple Mania.
Yeah, and you kind of think that would be cool, but at least let the story build a wee bit on WWE networking as well, because the whole time with the circling back to the two El Grandes, they had them build on Raw and then on AAA, and you're sitting there going, surely you can do the same with Penta and Ray. Granted, they're on separate brands, like Penta on Raw and Ray on SmackDown. But then again, it was the same with Jimmy Uso. Like they had him on both shows. I think though it'd be quite good if we had the Lucha Brothers, because I could see them going up against guys like the Vision, Street Profits, or even better, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yes.
Like, that would be a match to watch. That is no. Sad to say, it'd be like a SmackDown main event.
Yeah.
But if you play it ever so slightly right, you could have that as like a PLE main event.
Yeah, you build to it, and you could do the story so that, I don't know, for whatever reason, Ray Phoenix is repeatedly beat down by machine guns.
Yeah.
And who's there when he needs him the most? Steps up, it's his brother. Because he's got zero fear.
Yep. I could see that.
Yeah. But, carry on.
No. I was just going to say, WWE, make this happen, please.
Hunter, if you're watching, buddy,
Aye, please do.
you can have that one for free.
Yeah, but long
some
list of matches that should happen.
Just some royalties.
Some writing credit, you know.
And a job beforehand.
Yeah, I think in terms of WWE ladder matches, it was the best one in years.
Yeah. Just you saying there about it being more violent than the unsanctioned match. I wouldn't be surprised if, let's say, in the unsanctioned match, like Jacob getting a ladder, like snapping it and just using them, like using the rungs as if like they're like in his sense, like brass knucks, like just like bang, bang.
I've realised a wee bit later, possibly a reason why the unsanctioned wasn't very violent. Because it was live on ESPN, no on the app, so it was technically on broadcast TV.
That's right. They only had an hour. They only had an hour of broadcast television. That's right.
Yeah. So everything after that was on pay-per-view or the app or whatever. but that was
So if
live
they-
on ESPN.
And
If
this was
they
the
had
first
switched
WrestleMania on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they had switched the women's tag match with the unsanctioned match,
Mm-hmm.
I think we would have gotten a more violent unsanctioned match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. So we had the ladder match. What was after the ladder match?
Sammy versus Trick.
Oh my God.
You'd have been happy, Kenny.
I think I've said my piece on Sami Zayn. They didn't help me like him much. I'll say that. It should have been Carmelo. Should have been Ilya
Yeah.
Yes.
or
Stephen have been a fatal four-way.
Carmelo, Ilya, Trick, and Sammy. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say something that's quite controversial with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's he's great at being the chaser, but he's
Mhm.
no great at being a champion. He gets the title, and they think, "Oh, great, Sammy's got something to run with," but where do we go with it though? Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And he will be world champion one day. I do think with this heel turning now, like he'll get a title run, possibly like a Money in the Bank cash in or something. But I
Mhm.
just think with Sammy as a champion, you kind of think they're trying to push the Daniel Bryan formula, if you know what I mean, and it just
Yeah.
isn't working with that kind of person.
Stephanie pretty much said that with her Hall of Fame speech, the in character bit at the end. She referred to Sammy as a B+ player. He was the Brian stand-in. But
Yeah.
again, it was another. Go on, Kenny.
It's okay. No, the second Sammy won the title, I was just like, oh, yeah, I've pretty much said all I need to say about Sammy. Now was not the time to give him the US title. You know, it just because Carmelo.
There was a story there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because there was more of a story with Carmelo and Trick because of all the everything they went through back in NXT, and I've got to say back then I still am. I'm a huge Trick fan. I think Trick's like he's this generation's Booker T.
Yes.
The man's got the gifted gab and the gifted jab. Like the
Mhm.
man knows what he's doing. And when he turned up on SmackDown and just the first few minutes you hear him speaking, you think he's got it. This man knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. I thought that Lil Yachty's inclusion was the best of the celebrity inclusions of the week.
Mm.
He
Yeah.
works well as a hype man. You can tell he's got an actual love for what he's doing there. Also, sort of related, have any of you actually listened to Lil Yachty?
Yes.
You have. What have you listened to?
It was a few years back. I don't know the name of the song, but he's on a hockey rink or an ice rink.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
It doesn't sound good.
No, I've not caught up with it yet.
I hadn't.
No, I'm
and I
fine.
thought,
I'm honestly
intrigued,
fine.
So I literally went
You
for the
guys are
album
handling
called
it
Let's
pretty
Start
well.
Here. And it's a
I
prog
like-
rock masterpiece.
I like
Actually,
the thing with the person and the stuff. I'll say that.
not kidding, it's so Pink Floyd inspired. It's untrue.
Huh.
You've got elements of prog, you've got funk, you've got soul. It's like, don't get me wrong, I listened to a couple other things from before that and I was like, this is pish. But that album is surprisingly awesome.
It's just you saying that there, the fact that I was about to say prog, but funk. Now, it reminds me of that scene for Sinners. When when little Sammy's playing, and you see everything that was inspired by
Yes.
his way of playing. It reminds me of that. Just you saying that there.
Do you know what? I can see that with that album. Yeah, that's me just sidebarring on Lil Yachty. Trick's entrance
That was
was
I
That was a
believe they
thing.
call that. I believe they call it a train.
Yeah.
That long of a. You can tell that like halfway down he was over it. He was just
Aye.
like, "This was. It sounded great, you know," and he was like, "Yeah, this was a mistake."
You kind of sit there, like, don't get me wrong, like, I love the whole spin thing. But you're sitting there going like, guys, you could have at least oiled it for when Bobby Roode used it. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure it actually turns properly.
Yeah, and also why was Trick starting from facing the audience for his spin? Surely it would have made more sense if he was starting facing the back and turned round to face where he was going.
It's like
Instead, he started where he was going, turned round, and then had to turn himself back round.
it's like an Austin Powers moment. You know what I mean? Like you get Doctor Evil, like he's sitting, he's facing it to the right bit, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, no, turn me back.
The match itself,
Mm,
carry on.
I didn't have high hopes for it, to be honest, but when that final trick shot at the end, I thought, wow,
Why?
that was beautiful.
Sammy's punches at one point were Dark Order bad.
Fuck.
He was totally whiffing them. Pulling out the brainbuster on the apron was gnarly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like you say, that
Hardest.
trick shot out the corner was with the knee pad down was just
Yeah. I went into it really wanting Trick to win, and I am quite happy with the result. And like I've said it before, every Sami Zayn match was pretty much the same, you know, and this wasn't. This is a wee bit different. I'll say that.
I was
Like if he goes
pleasantly
in as a champion, he doesn't have to do the whole, underdog fighting thing and then losing it at the last second.
He was literally billed as the underdog from the underground for however many years. So
it's like you feel like with Sammy, like you can tell that he's wanting to be the typical bad guy again because he was good at it. I feel Sammy was good as a heel, but you see when you see, how can I put it right? It's like the audience treat you as a heel, but you're being the heelish. You're like the heel acting as a face. That's that just pisses the audience off, and that kind of works in my opinion. Where like you're thinking, I haven't changed. I'm the same guy yous all loved. You know, that I'm the same. Look, I'm the champ. You know, I can. You know, but you know, like, I shake your kids' hands. I shake, but the kids don't want them. It's like, oh, okay, you don't want to shake. That's fine. And that's, I kind of feel like works in that kind of character development for Sammy. Whereas like you see him where he's delusional.
Yeah, and I think it was on I can't remember if it was on SmackDown or it was before. He was like, basically, to hell with everyone who's not the diehard fans. It's like, I'm only here for the diehard fans. The rest of you can just screw off. And
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I don't know what I'd done to upset you. All I did was win a championship. I don't know what I'd done that was so bad. Why are you booing me?
Yeah. I did all this for you guys, you know.
Did you watch any of Night 2, Cal? Have you caught up with it? No? Okay. I was just aware we haven't brought you in for a wee while. Well, you missed a good night, that's the thing. You watched the fight and you missed a good one. Aye, that'll do it. Speaking of the thing with the person and the stuff, we had my surprise MVP of the last couple of years, Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor, aka the Demon.
Yes.
In what was a surprise street fight.
Yes.
I don't know, I was quite prepared for it to be much more violent than the Unsanctioned match, which we may have mentioned once or twice.
That to you,
just a bit.
Graeme,
We believe these guys actually hated each other.
Yeah.
But do you think it was the right call advertising the Demon ahead of time?
No.
It should have been. It should have
Because I
been.
feel
That's the price.
like with the demon, you could have done so many more mind games like on the day. Like you could have had like Dominic genuinely terrified. Like as much as great as it was seeing the demon entrance again. What you could have done was if you had like I don't know if you've done this before, but it was like they had like kind of it was like guys in the shadow morph suits like pretending
Yeah.
to be demons all coming out of the ground. If you had that, however, if you had like many demons coming out of the ground, just pretending to be Finn Balor, pretending to be the demon, lights go out, lights come back up behind Dom. What do you see? Who do you see standing behind him? You see the demon standing behind him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that I feel that would have been a great mind game for Dom.
See,
Yeah. I've
that
got a wee
goes back
visual
to the
representation up for Cal.
that goes back to the no promo packages problem.
Mm-hmm.
We never get
Yeah.
backstage segments. We never get interviews with the wrestlers. We never see them in the locker room. You know, we never see. We used to get that all the time, and this would have been perfect for that. You know, like all night backstage, you have Dom in the clubhouse, and spooky things are happening. You know, you see mysterious figures in the background. You see little hints to the demon. You know,
Yeah.
But you could also link that to Dom being cursed by Danhausen. So you could have
Yeah.
a couple of levels of story going on there.
yeah,
Just going back to what you said, Kent, like you could have had like you could have had like the demon just poking out of a corner very, very, very slowly. The camera just pans, but just before the camera gets to it, disappears again. And you're
or
sitting there going, oh,
it's
like
the
there's
demon
some being
hand puppet.
stalked.
Yeah, or like Dom finds a hand
Yeah.
puppet. You know, there's so much they can have done with it.
And the hand puppet just moves.
Mm-hmm. Looks at him.
I think it's
I've
dragged
got
away
to
by
say
the
that the
iguana.
chat on commentary. See the chat on commentary during the entrance after Dom threw the mask at Cole. It was
Oh, God.
the chat about being covered in Dominic's juice actually cracked me up. And you could tell that between Barrett and Cole they were trying not to corpse. The Titantron for the demon was pretty cool with the hands on the glass thing. All along my issue with the demon though has been that it doesn't change how Finn wrestles.
No.
No, not really.
It seems to give him like an instant kick out from finishers a couple of times, but apart from that, he's still got the same move set. It's not really much more intense with it.
I think
You kind of want it to be more savage.
if you look at Leo Rush and his character right now,
Oh, no.
I'm not a big fan of that character, but that the demon should be a wee bit like that.
Yeah. Whereas it's the same move set. There's no extra intensity. It's really nice entrance though, and got to say Dom did an amazing job of the cell when the demon appeared.
Yeah. It was just obviously with the demon. It's a shame that the demon's now reduced to like whenever it's necessary. But at the same time though, you've got to think for like guys like Finn who have this ulterior persona. You would think they would bring it out a lot more, like for when it's really necessary. For like PLEs or even like for like rivalry finishers.
Yeah.
But you feel like we Dom, it could have been more of a surprise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The match itself, I really enjoyed. They fought well. Camera was maybe a wee bit too close at times and missed a few of the spots. See, like that, the shotgun drop kick with a chair round the head. That was brutal.
Yeah.
But the camera almost missed it the first time round.
Sorry, speaking of cameras,
Uh-huh.
going back to night one a second.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember the camera guy face planting it during the?
Yeah. during the women's match.
I was like,
You
mate,
did.
wake up, you've got a job today. You've got a job today, wake up. But aye.
But my biggest issue with the Demon for the whole night was that he was clearly inspired by Last One Laughing and kept pulling that face.
Mm.
Every time the camera was on him, he pulled the Mel Gibson trying not to laugh face.
What I would have loved to have seen the Demon have would be like something like. No, I know Rhea done it last year, but like I would love to see him do something like the Batman Who Laughs. That would have been that would be a great thing to see. Or even Maul, even because obviously because of the new like Darth Maul because of the new because of the new Star Wars series, like we could have took inspiration for that.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been really good.
Yeah. I think they've been very careful to avoid any sort of copyrighted IP since he came into WWE with it, though. Whereas when he was in Japan, he was pulling out Carnage and stuff quite a lot. And Venom.
Yeah, that's right. Aye, so he was. And it was the same as well when he was in ICW as well, because he pulled out Darth Maul when he was in ICW against Jack Jester.
Right.
I remember.
Yeah. Conveniently, you mentioned Rhea there, which is a nice segue to the next match. It's almost like you wrote it.
Ah, well, I have my moments.
Which was Jade Cargill versus Rhea, and I will go on record as saying it's probably Jade's best match, which, like saying that the Seth Gunther match was the best match tonight, once a low bar, but I thought it was about as good as it could get with Jade involved.
With Meechin and BFAB getting involved. Now you knew they were going to get involved. I was pleasantly surprised, but at the same time I was thinking, okay, she can't get a rain wrestle like with Io Sky. Thinking, okay, she can rain WrestleMania match, but okay, she can help after what happened to her on Raw previously. So
Yeah. Sweetie cat just appeared. I'm just going to mute.
but it was just the spots with Rhea and Jade. It was like when Jade. Oh, I'm trying to remember. It was like she tried to copy like Rhea's provocative pin, and you're like, no, like fucking it's the way about
Get
here.
your own. Aye, that's a brilliant name for it.
Well, it's a PG, like a provocative pin. We'll go with that. But yeah, I just feel about like with Jade and Rhea, like it was the perfect kind of combination. If you know what I mean, it was like Jade coming in, showing that like I'm built for this company. Like, I can do all this, but whereas Rhea's going, you're built for it, but
Yeah,
I can actually do it.
I think giving sorry, you go.
Carry on, Kenny.
I was going to say giving Jade Rhea as an opponent is probably the best decision because Jade's not the best in the ring. You put her with someone who's good in the ring, who can steer a match. I think it's the best thing for her right now. And I know they were building up Jade and Tiffany for a while, and also Jordan Grace as well. But I think Rhea was as much as I would have loved to see Rhea and Io versus Asuka and Kairi. It was probably the best decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The thing for me that carry on.
But I'm hoping this leads to a rematch of Evolution, where we get Rhea defending against Io. So
I think that's next year.
I'm hoping.
I just think we circling back to Jade. I've watched a few of Jade's matches for when she was in AEW, and then watching her now in WWE. You feel like, okay, with WWE she was finding her footing, but whereas with AEW, you feel that Tony Khan was telling her just go out and just squash. And that's what she was used to. She was used to doing squash matches. and you're
Mhm.
sitting there. Oh, sorry, enhancement matches they should be called. Sorry, like you see them do that, and you think, like you're not really learning on the job. You're just going out earning a paycheck and going home. But when you see her get to WWE and you see her I mean, we all remember like our first WrestleMania match last year with Naomi.
Mm.
You know, like it was like it was like miss spot after botch, and
Yep.
then botch after miss spots, and you're sitting there going like, guys, like, come on, fuck. And then when you see her this year, she literally got baptism under fire against Rhea, and that
Yeah.
was where I was sitting there going, yes, now I can believe that you care. Not saying she never cared to begin with, but it shows to you now. Like she's like, yeah, you actually want to put on good matches now. I think now she can go for doing these like 3-minute enhancements to a good 15-20 minute match now.
Well, she's learning her craft. You said something there about last year being her first Mania. There was something they said during it that I actually had to go back and check. This year was her third Mania.
Oh, so it was. That's right. Our first one was at WrestleMania 40. That's right.
And I'm sorry, but how many memorable matches has she actually had in those 3 years? At some point, you're like, are we Eva Marie bad here?
Yeah.
It's not quite Eva Marie bad. You know,
No,
at
no.
least she can count the triangle.
Because that's right. Because our first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 40 when she was with
Bianca and
Naomi and Bianca. Then last year, our second one. That's right. But it was our first singles match at
Singles.
WrestleMania. That's what I should have said.
And let's not let it escape our eye that she tried a one-winged angel.
The fact that even Kenny Omega himself was going, what was she trying to do with that?
She tried. It's nice to see my stuff get on WWE TV.
yeah.
So it's the only way it's going to get there these days.
Aye.
Mm.
Honestly, God, but like I do feel like it's good seeing now that she's like going, right, okay, I'm learning what I can be now here.
Yeah. It's kind of like with Maxine.
Yeah, with Dupree, yeah.
Yeah. Up until a couple of years ago, people were giving her so much shit, and then
Yeah.
she comes into the Rumble, and you can just see the improvement, and it's just gone up and up for her, you know. So I'm hoping it's the same with Jade.
Yeah.
Like with Jade, she has the look, down perfect.
Yeah.
She looks like a star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hands down.
You want her to have the skill as well, you know. And I'm hoping the next couple of years she gets to the point where she can have, you know, some great matches, you know, and she's in control, you know. So,
Because
yeah.
at this point, you know, this in a way was her WrestleMania 6 moment. Up till now, she has been the Ultimate Warrior. She's been all flash, all nothing very impressive in the ring. But then she's had a good WrestleMania match. So
yeah.
hopefully,
I hope that's built her stock up a wee bit.
aye,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the whole social media thing with Rhea, I hope that's done and dusted, you know. I'm hoping.
Shout out Piper Niven. Best response ever.
And please come back soon, Piper.
Yep.
We need you in the Hurlis.
Need more Scots in WWE.
Yep. So, are we ready to move on to the
to the main event?
The
Yes.
best part of the show? Spoilers. And where we had Danhausen come out to see Miz and Kit Wilson
Yes.
Who are
with the Mini-Housens.
Oh my God.
That cock punch was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was so comic book accurate. That's what I love about it. It was like, ah!
Yeah.
And the way they lead Miz off, not only that, their coffin car as well.
My God.
It was just brilliant.
I don't know if I said on the chat, it's so Adams Family comedy, like the traditional black and white Adams Family comedy. That's what I love about Danhausen so much. Like, he just does not give a flying. It's like he's like the Adams Family relative that even Fester doesn't want to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, Fester's the most craziest of them all, but when you meet Danhausen, you make him look sane. You're like, I don't know him.
Do you see Cena said it's up there with his top WrestleMania moments ever?
Yep. I'm surprised Cena didn't ruin that suit, if you know what I mean. Like, he's just sitting there just pissing himself laughing. I'm sitting there going, I do not blame you. If I was there, I would have brought my hat down and just
Yeah.
just
Hi, John
greeted
Cena.
it.
Big Fanhausen. It made up for it. So on that note, we were ready for bed. That was it. Nothing else happened that was worth talking about, did it?
I think, wasn't that the last segment, last match? I guess you could call it a match. There was some physicality.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything else.
There was a main event.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right. There was a main event, sure.
Couple of guys.
And it was
some guy called.
Pretty sure one was they talking about. But pretty sure one was talking about burying somebody next to their father. I'm sure.
I think, wasn't that a guy called
the other
Chick
one said,
Magnet?
"You're old." Chick Young, was it not?
Chick Magnet Punk. I always thought the CM was always Chicago made Punk, and do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure everybody else must have thought that. I don't know.
It's one of those ones where he's changed the meaning of it that many times it means nothing.
I don't even think he knows. Yes, I remember that one. I remember that one. Oh, match with Matt Striker. The CM is Charles Montgomery.
But they remembered how to do a video package for this one.
Yeah.
And what a difference it made right away. It was amazing. And then you had Roman's entrance, which itself was a pretty good entrance. Did all the Samoan lineage, tribute to all the bloodline. He came out, did his thing, and then you had the video of the Punk entrance, which I was probably marking out when I just heard those drums.
Yeah.
So for the benefit of Cal, who hasn't seen it yet, Punk came out initially to AFI's Miseria Cantare, which was his Ring of Honor entrance theme. It was interspersed with footage of him from early in his career right through to present day. And I actually thought he was going to do the rest of the Walk in Silence.
I thought that as well, to be honest.
Came out, no video package or anything. He hit the stage, got into position. It's clobbering time, and then Cult of Personality starts, and it was amazing.
Do you know what there's one thing that ruined it for me. They already showed the video package. They had already shown it.
Yeah, they showed it throughout the show. That's right.
That's like,
It's just you saying that, Kenny. It reminds me of Rock and Cena at 29. Remember at 29 that they had somehow they had this beautiful video package that was ready to play, and I feel like it would have made more impact to play it before the match, but no, they played it after. No, they played just before Taker versus Punk, and I'm sitting there going, "Why are you going to
here?
Aye, what's he doing here?" Like, but and it's just as you say there, like you see Punk's like career leading up to where he was now, and I'm sitting there going, "Why have it there again?"
That Rock Cena package, that was to We Are Young by Fun, wasn't it?
No, that was 28.
Was that 28?
One at 29, it was Letters from the Sky. And
of course.
Honest to God, hands down, one of the best packages I have ever watched in WWE. And nah, man, you can never take that away from me. But I just remember.
It's not my sacrifice.
No, I'll give you that. No, see, you've killed me now, man. But back to Punk with Mizzy and Kintari. Honestly, God, just when you heard the fans just like, because obviously last year's one he had This Fire Still Burns, and I would rewatch that because like you sit there thinking there's no way Punk can get a better entrance pre-match video than that, and then obviously we had like Mizzy and Kintari, and you kind of think, okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I remember, the music sort of like, that's AFI. And I was like, that's not AFI. Like, that's AFI.
Surely it can't be.
Yeah.
I said it in the chat. I prayed for that and it happened.
Oh God, we
Yeah.
got Drew McIntyre with us now, ladies and gentlemen. Was your still bored at work t-shirt, you know? But nah, but honestly, God,
It was unsanctioned, sorry.
But what I love though with Punk's current run with WWE is how much more mature that he's been now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because like obviously just before he left, it was like, I got fuck you money, I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I feel like all the shit he went through at AEW, which was no, and this is just me, just from my standpoint, for like the interview he gave with Ariel
Helwani. Ariel Helwani.
Yes, that's him. And then when you watch Tony Khan and the Young Bucks show the footage again, you're sitting there going, well, Punk clearly done nothing.
Aye.
And
Yeah.
you feel and you kind of feel like, oh, like it's it's like you said, like I'm old, I'm tired, and I deal with fucking children. And I feel like he gets a lot of hate for shit he never done because you feel it like when he works with guys like, and it's great seeing him work with guys like Seth, even though the guys are never going to be best of friends ever again. It's nice to see that they can be professional to go, well, listen, why don't we try this? Why don't we do this? And it sells so beautifully well. And you see that with him and Roman, especially in the build up. Like the whole like, oh, I hated you. Like you have this connection with him. If I had that, you wouldn't even be back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sad to say, mate, this is the world we live in. Like people want CM Punk.
They wanted him the second he left. And they still want him now. So.
And never stopped.
Yeah.
10 years we wanted him back. Even when he was in AEW, you kind of felt you'll know the same CM Punk.
Mm.
Then when he came back that night in Chicago, it was just, that's him.
Yeah. And I think the closest became when he was in AEW was either when he was working with FTR or MJF.
Mm.
Yes.
Both of whom have got a very old school mentality when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, MJF.
All of his, the MJF was great. I think the start of the downfall, sorry, Kenny, I'll be quick with this one. The start of the downfall for CM Punk and AEW with me, and it's a shame because I am such a big Hangman Adam Page fan. Like, I love Hangman.
Yeah.
But I just felt that was the start of the downfall, where it was like the two of them just sat and they hashed out this promo, and Hangman went into business for himself. I'm like, why do that? Like, why sabotage yourself by doing that? Because you've just fucked yourself over as well as fucking him over. Like, the story makes no sense now. Like, and it's a shame because, like I said, like, I'm a big Hangman fan, and that kind of made me lose credit with him. I was like, what the fuck?
You were going to come in, Kenny?
I was just going to say, when you're talking about, FTR and MDF having that old school mentality, FTR, they, are all about like the 80s style, tag team wrestling, all that. And MJF is clearly all about keeping kayfabe alive,
Why?
Yeah.
So Punk working with those with MJF and FTR, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
I just feel like with this current run that Punk's doing, ever since he came back to WWE, like I feel like he's having the time of his life. Do you know what I mean? Like you saw like the rivalry he had with heel Cena. That like he came out and he was like the whole Punk life let promo,
Yep.
and I was sitting there. Just the ending of like, bitch, you mad Drake. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, your mind's going, I'm supposed to be Cena doing that. Why is Punk? But that's the beauty of it. You're like, you can just tell he's just having a complete laugh with it. And especially now having AJ Lee back, he's even living life even more.
Yeah,
like when
definitely.
he came back, he had so much bad luck, like injuries upon injuries, and now in the last couple of years, he's finally had that, had the moments, had the matches that he clearly always wanted.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Just you saying that there, like in the last couple of years, like he's had the big moments. It reminds me of Triple H after WrestleMania 14. Like when they said, right, listen, we're going to give you the ball and you're gonna run with it. And he goes backstage and saying, so how'd it go? And he says, the ball's still sailing. That's how it feels with Punk, if you know what I mean. Especially when it was after. Oh, what was the big match? Especially after like SummerSlam. Like the SummerSlam he had with Gunther. Like I felt like the ball's still sailing.
Yeah.
So and that was a perfect way for it to land on, if you know what I mean, like for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So
I think so. And talking about perfection, that match it told the perfect story for me. I know that we don't put a lot of stock in Meltzer's stars, but if that doesn't get 5 or above, then that's a travesty, because it was everything that you wanted from a main event match. And there was no bullshit with it. There was no run-ins. There was no shenanigans. It was just two guys beating the shit out of each other till one of them literally couldn't go anymore.
there was one thing wrong in my opinion. It was the ref. The ref didn't stop Roman
With the
from
stairs?
smashing him. Yeah. I was sitting there going, oh, right, okay, so I think we're letting him halfway it then. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
Aye.
And then
technically the stairs are part of the ring,
but
so
it was still classed as a weapon, you know what I mean?
yeah. But here's the thing. You have them throwing each other to stairs. You have them powerbombing each other.
I
Just,
suppose so.
So it's kind of like,
Well,
No, I suppose it, but like I've always classed it as like if you're holding them in your hand and you've actively smashed them into somebody, that's you using it as a weapon. That's the way I've always classed it. You know what I mean? But hey ho, like it worked for what the match had to be. Like it showed the fact that Roman just wanted to just pummel him.
yeah.
But
If you want
it's
to
like-
be pedantic, then, which I will happily throw hands. At that point, Punk was hung up in a tree of woe in the ropes, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when someone's on the ropes, last time I listened to Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, he told me that I have till 5 refs. So where was the 5 count while Roman was repeatedly spamming Superman punches? Roman should have been disqualified for that.
Also,
Yes.
this is
I'm a dick.
I mean,
No.
it's like when, like I'll say this. Yes, the referee should have stopped Roman with the stairs. Because how many times do wrestlers, take the turnbuckle pad off, and then the referee's like, no, can't do that. So it's, I don't know, it's the same thing. It's like, why be so adamant that they can't use the exposed turnbuckle, but they can use the stairs? It's a weird thing. It's like going back to WCW. WCW were hellish for that. Low blows, chair shots, everything was illegal.
Finger pokes of death and everything.
Yep.
It's just like, yeah, he should have gone out and basically gone up in Roman's face. He should have Gordon, CM Punk, untied. It's just one of those things, I think.
Possibly
Makes
even
no
be
sense.
that to the part where the ref takes a bump and then Punk gets hit with the stairs. But it didn't take me out of the match other than for that split second.
No. It never took me out of it. Like, it just made me puzzled for a second. But
Aye.
I was still keyed in on it. Like, honest to God, like I was hoping for Punk, but sadly, did he go that way?
Yeah, I think for me, again, I was hoping for Punk, but the story they told meant that I was
Yeah.
absolutely fine with it because he literally went till he couldn't anymore.
Yeah, he literally went out on his shield, which I feel like it raises him more than if he did win, if you know what I mean. We're like the fact that, because you've seen it in plenty of matches before, but we're like, GTS rebounds off the ropes, falls on again, and this is where you're thinking like, yes, this is it. Punk's going to prove to he can beat Roman, he can be the main event guy today, and then just bam, no, and that was when you just knew that was it.
Yeah. Did either of you think he was possibly retiring?
I did, because I don't know if you saw during the initial face off. I was trying to lip read what they were saying to her, and you can see Roman saying to him, "Is this your last one then? Is this goodbye?" And Punk just looks going, "No yet," and just boom, like,
Aye.
I was so happy with that. I was like, thank Christ for that.
Yeah. I had thought with the way the video package was, with bringing back Miseria Kintari and then him losing because his body gave out, I was like, fuck, he's going to leave stuff in there. And especially when he came out on Raw, I was like, right, here we go. What's happening here? I thought, I need to see this and then I'm going to my bed.
I know. But I was actually quite worried for Punk, because it was like there was a camera angle, sure, when you saw him, when you see Roman, walking around with it goes over to his family, goes like to celebrate the win,
There's Punk in the background.
and Punk in the back, you just see him collapse. You're like, oh
Aye.
fuck, is he all right? Like you don't know whether or not, like, if his ribs just gave out, or if he's just went like, no, I can't walk anymore or something. Because we've seen that happen before. We saw that happen with Bad Blood with the Hell in a Cell match, where it was like the medical team came out with oxygen masks, and he was first thing saying, let me phone my wife, let her know I'm all right. You can feel like he was sitting there going, tell AJ I'm all right.
Pal, I can't feel my legs, pal. Shout out OSW. Yeah. So, I think at this point we've went 2.5 hours. Do we do final thoughts, or do you want to mention Raw, or?
Well, one thing we forgot to bring up was the return of Braun Breaker.
Of course.
Oh yes, I forgot to bring that up.
And
that was night one. There was nothing memorable that happened.
That's why we forgot. Yeah, the first spear looked nasty. The second spear looked like he got him in the nuts.
Yeah. And the second spear, I'm sorry, but Seth was watching him running towards him, and no.
Like, you could see that Seth was like positioning himself. He was like, it was like he was standing there like a deer in headlights, and you're like, right, here we go, and Braun still fucking misses him. It's like the Mulan scene, you know what I mean? Like you missed him, you missed. He was 3 feet in front of you.
But on Raw, when Seth attacks, and then Braun gets back in the ring, and you just see the back of his head.
Oh yeah, so
that was a nasty cut.
Gash. That was a nasty wee gash in the back of his neck.
And Braun's just come back, and with that,
straight into concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So
what do you think? Sorry. You first, Kenny.
I was going to say Ethan Page, so Ruka, you know, the Street Profits, you know.
What did you think of Zarya getting involved with Sol Ruka and
The feud
And
that never
Liv.
dies.
Yeah.
sounds about right?
And
It
it
should
was
have
one of
done
those.
without it.
Hopefully it
I
dies tonight on NXT in our last women's standing match. Nice wee shout
Yeah,
out.
I think we could have done without it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
there was already the Judgment Day there that could have
yeah,
aye, they could have done it.
had her lose without her
yeah.
losing. And then, yeah,
Another thing I've got to say, I'm happy for JD McDonough that he got a main event spot on Raw.
Yeah.
Like,
deserves it.
I think it's about time, especially after everything he had. You know, like he had a,
Yeah.
you know, where like his lung collapsed, the way with his head nearly snapping on
Yeah.
Raw. Like, hey, the man deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before then, I couldn't
definitely
stand the
does.
guy.
They never gave you a reason to stand him before that, though. It was just there. But then as soon as they started giving him exposure in matches, it's one of these ones where the entertainment side's not for him, but if you let him have a match, that's where his entertainment shines.
Yeah. Like you have him in, if you try and put him in like a segment, especially with the Judgment Day, he's too used to being the kind of macho hard man enforcer, which is like, okay, we've seen that before, but can we see a bit more building off it? But then again, it's with the Judgment Day, there's not really much to build off it.
It's kind of like with Shayna Baszler. For a long time, Shayna Baszler was that character, and then she went into the comedy side of things.
Seen Vest as well.
So,
Excuse me, guys. So, what do you all think for the first 3 potential matches for Backlash in Tampa? Which I feel potential right now. It's Roman versus Jacob Fatu. Who else we got?
Cody versus
Liv.
Punk.
Yeah, Cody
Maybe.
versus Punk and Liv versus Stephanie again.
Yeah.
I kind of hope with Stephanie, we kind of see more brutality and viciousness there.
Yeah.
I mean, like I would like to see her in something like an I Quit match or something. I think that'd be really good for them.
Yeah. I think
Cody and Punk, an Iron Man match or a 2 out of 3
2 out
fall.
of 3 falls. And for Jacob and Roman, I think the first match should be a straight up match.
Yeah.
And I think it should be one of those ones where Jacob gets so close but doesn't quite get there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if it's official. Is the bloodline back together again now, or are they or is the Usos just going back to being hangers on?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're just there because I don't think they have much for the
Nothing else
Usos to
to
do
do.
right now. You know,
Well, it was Jimmy speaking on their behalf.
That's
I
right.
really want them to push Jimmy. I think pushing
Aye,
Jimmy
I
would
want-
work
I
out
want
more
Jimmy
than
to
Jake.
get pushed. I just
could
feel
do
like
with-
with Jay, it was an experiment that failed. Like,
Yeah.
granted, he got a world title run out of it, but he just couldn't keep up with the momentum, and he couldn't keep up with the schedule.
Yeah. So,
But it shifted a
yeah.
shit ton of merch, so
He fucking did, aye.
and then some. Was there anything else on Raw that was worth mentioning? Heyman was gold just for a change.
Oh yeah. Oh, his promo. I loved his promo on the backstage guys.
Yeah. Punk's promo was really good. I really enjoyed that.
really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was a shame, like, because like I was going to bring this up during obviously their match because you saw like the 3 names on Punk's,
Mhm.
sorry, the 4
Yeah.
names on Punk's jacket,
You can't
and you're sitting
deny
there
that.
going, See, you never would have got this out of the old CM Punk, but the
No.
one that's more mature on it and realising shit, time's that short. Because it was after hearing,
Yeah.
Triple H's, like the heart attack he had, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He broke
And then
outside of
and then
wrestling,
fuck
not
you,
just
life's
in
too
America,
short,
but
so you know what?
across the
Like,
world.
he
Pretty
just gave
sure.
up hating the guy, and now look at the two of them. Like don't get around, they're never going to be best of pals.
Yeah.
They understand to work and
And
respect each other now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really sure, like when he was
And
big,
when
like
you heard
even
them the next night on,
in
when
the
you heard
old
them
Eastern
last night
Bloc,
on
they
Raw,
probably
just
knew his
saying
name, and I'm not.
like
That's not
these
an
names I had
exaggeration.
here and the names I had there.
Like, has any wrestler achieved anything like that
You're surprised at the fact that he didn't really
since,
fall
before, after?
he
No.
didn't fall apart.
Aye. That was another bit that for me when I was watching it, I was like, is he working up to saying life's too short to be stuck in this shit? So thank you, but I've lost too much. I've lost too many people. Now I've lost the bell. I'm out.
Yeah. And then when Cody comes down, when you see him walking and you see the eye, you're just thinking,
Huh?
he is okay. He's vacating. And then the way he was talking in the ring, like up until Punk stepped in, you were like, yeah, he is. He's just laying that title down and just going.
I'm going to say something, and it's a bit controversial about Cody. See all the hate he's getting right now. I feel like it's just too forced. I feel like people are just hating him just for the fact he's there. Aye, for the sake of hating him. I'm not being funny. Cody's not trying to be. Don't get me wrong. Like the company are trying to push him to be the new Cena guy. But he's sitting there going, well, I'm not being funny. I've worked hard to get to that point, and I feel, and just with the whole thing with the new, like as you said, Kenny, when you saw him walk out on Raw, like limping, the eye, and I was sitting there looking at him going like, how the fuck could he still see you? Like you'd be, you know what I mean? And I was hoping to God he wasn't going to vacate either, because Cody's too much. He's too much like his dad, like too stubborn to give it up. Do you know what I mean? And honest to God, like Dusty, we love you, man. But honest to God, but like your boys, they not too bad.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think taking a break would probably be the best thing for Cody right now. Because it's going back. I think the fact, like, when Roman started getting pushed, the fans turned, because it wasn't Roman getting over organically. It was Vince saying, "This is our guy. You must like him. Yeah, you must like him.
Yeah.
He is going to be on every show. He is going to have the titles whenever we say."
Yeah.
And with Cody, when he came back,
I feel Cody has been organic.
Yeah, but I think when he rumbles back to back, headlining WrestleMania back to back.
Do what,
it
remember Hulk
looks a wee
Hogan
bit
when he
too
said he
much
worked,
like
was it 370 days a year because of the time difference
It
flying
looks
back?
like they're doing another Roman.
Yeah, so he broke.
So I
he
think
broke the laws of
said
physics. He
something
was
very
that good.
telling in the lead up to the.
So he had
to
to
the
have another dig at Hulk again. So couldn't end it.
If they were to lose Cody or Roman or Punk,
He did break some laws.
or
they don't have
I
backup.
think we
isn't somebody ready
wrap
to
it up there
step
before
straight
we
into
start
that role yet?
going down our usual route.
Well,
of the
tell you what, there is now.
Final,
Yeah,
I'll
you've
just
got
take
Oba.
final thoughts from each of you, and then we'll.
But up till
bring this
now,
to an,
there's
I
not been the
suppose.
backup plan, so they've got to go with what's there
Kenny,
and what has
Because they're
connected.
they're not doing anything to have a backup plan. They're just
It
relying
would have
on.
Back to what you said, Kenny, about Cody doing, like the main events back to back. There's been some critics that have been saying they're trying to make Cody
Chris, your
be
final
like
thoughts.
Hogan, and I kind of find that a bit of a slap in the face. And I'm sitting there going, well, no, really.
No.
Hogan Hogan cared about what the business did for him.
Yeah.
Cody wants to give back to the business. Like he wants. Like, don't get me wrong. Like he went. He left, but the
Well,
main goal was always to come back.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And see what he can do with it then.
Yeah.
See, in the
All right,
nicest
and
possible way,
Graeme.
on a wrestling level, why would you not want to be like Hogan?
I'll give you that actually.
There is.
On a wrestling level,
Yeah.
behave,
Yeah.
Cal.
There is. Because, like, yeah, look at what Hogan achieved as Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he made it to the top of WWE and WCW. You know,
And
Yes,
in terms
so
of
we will happily
what he
take him
did
out.
in ring had to do very, very little for it. It was
Yeah.
all
Yes,
character work.
That orphan puppy
Yeah.
benevolent
Yeah.
fund I keep mentioning needs some loving. So
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
front page news in the Daily Record when the Hogan steroid thing on Arsenio Hall.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's right.
There's no reason for that to have been front page news in Scotland.
on Netflix, it's a Hulk Hogan documentary. On Netflix, a Hulk Hogan documentary.
Yeah.
The Rock, probably.
I'm probably not saying it probably when I was saying like it was a bit of a slap in the face, but like as you said, being pushed, pushing trying to push Cody down the throat, saying like, here he is, here's your guy, here's our poster boy. But at the same time though, but like you can't know
Yes,
you can't
yeah,
know
future
of the
events.
guy and then
Yeah, future
complain.
maybe some
you've
indie
still
events as
going,
well
do you
would
know what I
be
mean?
worth covering.
Yeah.
But
That's
If we can
that's my
if we
take on
see
it.
a decent indie
Yeah.
event, we can
Well, it's
all
just
watch
like
it and
when
then
it-
give our thoughts on
when
it.
it comes
So-
to the fans,
and there's some good stuff out there.
they see something like that and they immediately go,
And with that, we'll
they're doing
wrap
it
it up.
again.
Our
They're
next
doing it again.
Hammerlock
But
is on
still,
Sunday.
like,
The
up
wonderful
until a
One-Shot
couple of
Taylor
weeks
is
ago,
joining us. He was
still over.
instrumental
And
in
that
running
was
an
the
event
difference
recently, the
between
Trans
him
Takeover,
and Roman
and he takes part in the
before
Wrestling with
Tribal
Pride
Chief.
podcast.
You know,
All
storyline
really
Yeah.
good stuff. So an interesting
So,
story to tell there.
The
After
fans
that,
still love
it's
him,
Eliza Hayes,
but I think
the flower power
WWE
girl
are just
from
they're trying to
somewhere in
push
the
him
mountains. I
too
know
much,
that because she said
but the
mountain
fans
time when
still
she was
love him right
emailing.
now.
I should know
And
her actor. And
Well,
then
I'm
after that,
hoping-
we've got
And that's what I
Harrison.
meant by
Yes, that's it.
giving
that's good
Cody some
mountains,
time
doesn't
off.
it? Yeah.
Let him
'Cause it said
recuperate.
mountain
Let
time
him.
when she.
you
Yeah,
know,
right, it does it.
Yeah,
The
you know,
kind of
it makes
vast
sense.
kind of mountain
Yeah, it's
ranges.
one of
and
those
then
ones
come
where,
back. She lives
again,
somewhere up
that-
there, yeah. And we've also got Sahara
The idea
7,
of
so
having an
lots of good
off-season
wrestling
or
action coming on.
cycling through
Probably
the
be
talent
more
so that
comes
they,
up
they do
along
have
the way.
time off.
So with that,
You can have
thank
your
you
long
to
title reigns, but
your
you
three
don't
magnificent
necessarily have to have
co-hosts,
someone
and
on
we'll see you all very
every
soon.
show
Good
every
night.
week.
plus that will give them the backup plans that Triple H said they don't have. That will let them build up new stars because CM
Yeah.
Punk's going to be retiring soon, like in the next few years.
Yeah.
Brock's gone. AJ Styles is gone. Cena's gone. Roman's probably going to retire in the next few years as well. Orton's going to be retiring soon. You know,
Yep. Gunther's going to be busy.
yeah,
And you can't just have the show revolve around him.
yeah. And when you talk and going to the women's side, Oscar, Charlotte, Alexa probably, Bailey, Becky, they're going to be gone soon. So you need to build up, on both sides of the roster. So
Yeah.
having an off season would do wonders for the brand, and it'll do wonders for the wrestlers and the fans. But they're not going to do it because they never will.
Oh, aye. He broke the laws, not necessarily physics.
Aye.
Yeah. Night one, other than Seth, Gunther, pretty much atrocious. Night two, Ted Dead Bear. Also, I got most of my predictions spot on. So I'm happy. I think night two, I got all my predictions spot on. So I'm happy.
TKO, if you're listening, just leave the writers to do what they do. They're paid to do that. They're paid to do that. It's their job. Like, just leave the corporate out of it. Just let the writers do what they want to do. Night 2 blew it out of the water. Like, Triple H would put on a good show for night 2. So I'm happy with that.
Night 1, bottom 5 WrestleManias ever. Night 2, top 5 WrestleManias. For me, it was that good. The stories that were told made sense. There were some all-time moments there, and it was just let down by the amount of ad breaks. Now, just one final wee dig at TKO there. We've just went 2.5 hours of total non-stop action with no ad breaks. I mean, if you want to advertise with us, guys, feel free. We will take your money.
We will take all.
But
We will take it so fast.
But it's
Yeah.
But
Also,
it's not.
I was about to say, also, just before we finish, if you find yourself on Netflix, there is a Hulk Hogan documentary coming on, guys.
Yes.
When?
The Hulk Hogan
Where can we find
documentary.
it?
Netflix.
Aye.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, we've been able to talk about this for 2.5 hours without really stopping. At points, we've been the stereotypical internet fan where we're like, we love this so much, we hate it. But in actual fact, it's because we love it, and hopefully we brought it back round to this silly entertainment that we enjoy. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you tonight, guys. And let's hope we do some more of these for future events and other companies.
Definitely.
You know, New Mexico. It does now.
Cheerio.
Good night, all.
Yeah, no.
That's plenty.